Hey guys, well, another day in the life of working at Prime Logistics. Yeah, I've been stuck in Texas for 2 days now. Yeah, 2 days now. Uh, was supposed to take and get unloaded yesterday morning, and I got there, and it was a no-go. They said that I was scheduled to be there the 25th, but I didn't pick up this load until the 28th. 27th. Yeah, 27th. So then I drove down here and I came from Jersey. Got all the way down here, delivered, and well, I didn't deliver. I got to the delivery and they told me, come back tomorrow morning. I said, okay. So I drove up there the next morning. Got there and they said, no, I still can't take the load. You were scheduled to deliver the 25th. Okay, that's not even what the paperwork says. But whatever. So I'm waiting on dispatch to figure that out because I'm supposed to be home right now, and no luck. They're trying to schedule it and get everything figured out, which isn't a big deal. I know how brokers are and shit. Something else. So we just went ahead and did a lot of work on the truck. I haven't had time to slow down for nothing the whole time I've been here. So I finally got some time. I got my CB hooked up. Had to run wires. The last jackass that had the truck cut the wires out of the truck. Like the wires, the antenna wires, the wires that go to the speaker. I mean, they cut everything out. So I had to run everything new, which actually cost quite a bit when you get into brackets and all kinds of shit. I think I spent, how much did I spend? Like 179 or almost 200. Well, it was almost $200. Plus I also spent 45 to get my CB tuned up. It was only pushing 6 watts. Now it's pushing 20, which still ain't that great, but it's not bad. Or 20, 21. Had to get an adapter because I got one of them Bearcat 880s or whatever, and they suck. It's a 6-pin mic, and I couldn't find a 6-pin mic anywhere, not even at CB shops. They said, we don't know where you can even get one. I said, well, fuck me. But they sold me an adapter that changes it to a 4-pin, so then I can plug in whatever whatever mic I want into my CB. Reran my wires to my lights because the way I had it before was just temporary. I just slapped it in there and it was just dangling, hanging there, and it was getting on my nerves. So I got, which I'm going to show you guys, I got the new setup. Got my truck really clean, which it's already a little bit messy. Bought my dog a new water jug and a giant dog food bowl, because when you're running all day, you don't have time to stop and fill up a little bitty bowl or anything like that. So it's definitely, she'll be all right. Let's see. Well, right now I'm cooking burgers and bacon. It's a great mix. Went to buy a mount for my TV, and I'm not sure which mount I need to use because I don't want to make any new holes in the walls or anything like that in the truck. So I want to use whatever holes that are already in the truck, because the last person was a jackass, like I said. But I'd rather do my work, or do what I can. Okay, I'm actually thankful that the last person was a jackass. Not about the cutting the CB wires out, but there's already a spot for a mount, so I have to measure it and see exactly what mount they used so that I can just put the same mount up, and then I'm not hurting the truck at all. Plus, I'm pretty sure I'm going to buy this truck. I like this truck. Not sure when I'm going to. I might wait until next year and go ahead and do it, so then I'll have cash built up and I can just pay cash for it instead of doing a lease. I don't really want to lease a truck because too many things, way too many variables, I should say. If I already own the truck, then I own the truck. let's see, what else? My dog's no longer sick. She was sick for over a week with diarrhea, and it was fucking horrible. So that's part of why I had to really clean, because I was having to take her out every like 2 hours or less. So I was having to stop, and I know dispatch was getting pissed at me because they see when I can stop and when I don't stop. I was stopping all the time. But I don't want her shitting in my truck, you know what I mean? Like Sherry did once, and I was like, oh fuck. So I bought Fabuloso, a new mop, or not mop, but well, sort of a mop. We had an old one, but I was like, I'll go over the floor with the old one, throw that fucker away. Once the floor is clean, then I'll use the new one so that the new ones stand pretty decent and I can make it smell really great in here. So that's what I did. I took and used mop bucket Fabuloso. I used half gallon and I used 6 capfuls instead of 1 like it says. I just figured that was better off. I don't care as long as it smells good. We bought candles. We cleaned everything. I mean, full on the dash, everything. We just went over it all. I got my antenna, my new antenna, or not my new antenna, but my good antennas that I only got to use one at the last company I was at. So at this one, I can only use one right now because I didn't want to spend any more money. I was like, fuck buying another bracket, a whole new set of wires. I've already got a whole new set of wires I had to purchase anyway because my last one's got a short in it because I had to do exactly what I'm doing now, and that's run it through a fucking door. This one, usually on Freightliners, you can pop the hood and there's a spot where you can unbolt this little square bracket, and behind that square bracket there's a rubber deal that your wires are running through that are behind the bracket. Well, this one doesn't have that, because that's what I was going to do. I was just going to unbolt the bracket, run the wires through the hood, or in the hood, into the truck, and so nothing would it wouldn't get frayed or nothing, which, I mean, if you're opening and closing a door, it'll end up with a short, so then I'll have to buy a whole new set again, which, if anybody knows how much those cost, they're like $30 fucking dollars, $35. Just for a set of wires, like 9 foot, less than 9 foot. This one's like 6. But I'm going all out this time on my setup. I'm fixing to get a new CB. The one that I'm looking at is actually $800, which is a little much. But hey, why not? It's got a way better range. I mean, it's my antenna. It can handle 180 watts. I believe is what the box said, but the CB that I'm looking at is 120 watt, so that's what it can push, which is fucking great. I mean, think about it, 6 watt that you buy from Pilot or Love's, or go online and buy your own, that you can get way up there. I looked at one, it was a miniature base station. You know, it's not supposed to be portable, but you can make it portable, and I was like, I might actually get that, but it was $1,200, and I was like, nah, I don't really want to get that. I mean, I just want to reach far enough that, you know, 8 to 10 miles, I would love to push that far. Your normal CB, maybe a mile, if that. But I want to push further than that, so I'm going to take and get 2 of these 180 watt antennas, I think is what it was. Isn't that what I just said? I don't know. It was something like that. So I got, or is it 1800 watt? Fuck, I don't know. Don't quote me on none of this. I'm tired. I ain't even looked into any of it, but I figure if I hook up 4 of the antennas, 2 in the front facing forward, and then 2 back behind the cab, and I can run split cables, so I can run 1 to each, then I should get a way better range. So that's sort of my goal here. And if, I mean, more antennas, the better it is. If your CB can push it, receive it, and everything, which I got a shitty mic. I bought a $25 mic, and it's not even noise cancellation. It doesn't cancel out noise, which sucks, so I'll have to get a new one eventually. The one I was looking at was $150, and I was like, I don't want to spend that right now, so I'll just get this cheap one. And we're trying to hurry up and get home because we got this whole ordeal set up with the new house. We have to get moved in, so I'm taking a week off. But in that week period of time, I have to go and finish all my bank, because my business bank account, I got to go finish all of that. Even though I'm running as a 1099 driver, but I'm still a company driver. But we looked at everything, and as long as they were hiring my company and not me myself, then I'm not considered a company driver. They hired my company. So that's how we can get around the whole 1099. Wait, you're a company driver? I'm not a company driver. My company is employed by Prime Logistics, and I am employed by my company. Different. There's loopholes around everything. And if I don't get breakdown pay, so if I break down for a week, it does hurt me. So that's another thing. That's another way to get around that. I do purchase several different things, so I do have expenses. So that's part of how you can get away with it too. I don't know, there's just several different things. I have to get a website set up for my company. There's quite a few different things I have to do, but it's also that I can build business credit, so that later on I can get fuel cards. I can get cards for credit. That way, if my Freightliner breaks down, then I can go and get it fixed, and it's not money out of pocket right then. It's money that I'll pay back later. So you're more prepared. I mean, if you don't have that and you break down tomorrow, and you've only got $5,000 in the bank, and you're not gonna be able to run for a week, then you're fucked. There goes your truck payments. You get me? Not just one fucking payment. It's payments. There's several different things, and like the fuel. Okay, well, if you're trying to get a loan and you're leased through a company and your fuel comes out and everything else comes out before your money hits your bank looks at it as if that's all the money you got. But if you've got fuel cards, you've got all these different things, where if you can buy new tires, you can get new stuff for your truck, and you're spending money on fleet cards, your fuel cards, you know what I mean? And everything's on credit, and you grossed $7,000, and that $7,000 went into your account, and then you didn't have to pay all your credit lines until the next month. That means that instead of it looking like you've got $3,000, $6,000, $9,000, $12,000 in a month, it's going to look like you've got $14,000, $28,000 in a month. You get what I'm saying? So then later on down the road, you can say, yeah, well, this is my expenses, this is this. They want to see more coming in, okay? So that's the reason why I want to do it that way, instead of going through my company for everything. Which right now, I'm just company. I'm saying this is further on down the line. This is plans for later. But I'm trying to figure everything out a little bit at a time. Right now, we're just trying to get stable. But I will tell you, I'm still fucking loving it here. I'm absolutely loving it. Last paycheck was $2,035. So now that's 4 times in a row that I've made over $2,000. You know what I'm saying? If it stays like that, it stays $2,000 or above every week, I will, oh my god, dude, I will stay here forever. For absolute ever. I'll even, whenever I buy my trucks, I'll even bring them motherfuckers on here and say, hey, run them. Let's do this. I'm serious. I've heard 2 drivers so far that I've talked to that have done lease, and they said they fucking hated it. They said they didn't make no money, they didn't do this, and I was like, well, how the hell are you not making money? I mean, they pay you 90% of the load. How are you not making any money making 90% of the load? I mean, it doesn't make any sense. I don't understand how they could say all that. And I mean, one guy said, oh, I was broke down all the time. But whenever I picked up his trailer, because we did a swap, he had 2 fucking two wheel seals that were going out. There was a puddle of fucking oil in one of the damn wheel seal, or the rim. There was a gouge in one of the tires. I mean, a chunk like this cut out. Two of the tires were at the very minimum that they could be without you getting in deep shit with the DOT. Three of them, not two, three of them were so low, but I couldn't get them changed out because whenever I went to the TA, they said, no, you don't need to change these yet. They still got a couple months left in them. I don't fucking like doing that. I like to change my shit right whenever it's about to be done. You know what I mean? Not, oh, well, you're not in violation yet. Yeah, but I'm gonna be here soon. You know what I mean? So I got that bullshit I got to deal with. And then, so I mean, I understand why that guy was not making any money. Fuck, he didn't take care of his truck. He didn't even. There's no way he did anything he was supposed to do. That's just my opinion. I mean, if your trailer looks like that, and it's that fucked up, and you're still driving it around, what the hell are you doing to your truck? Your trailer is fucked up like that. Imagine what his truck was like. Hell, one side of his truck looked like he ran into something. On the right side, it was all scraped up and fucked up. And I'm not giving truck number. I'm not giving his name or nothing like that. I'm not that kind of person. But I am gonna say that dude needs to stay company driver. Just saying. Which I don't really do 100% detailed inspection. I mean, but if it took me 5 seconds to walk around that trailer and call dispatch and say, I don't fucking want this trailer. I don't care if it's loaded and it's 1,700 miles or not. I don't want it. But I end up taking it anyway. Basically because I said I'd take it and couldn't turn it down. But that's what's going on. I was just updating you guys, and I'll throw out another video later. If you guys want to know anything, holler at me. And thanks everybody for following me or finding me on Facebook. I've had 3 people find me on Facebook and ask me questions, and I appreciate it. Makes me feel good, man. Once again, still just trying to help everybody out. Tell you what I'm doing, show you how I do it. If it works out for me, it'll work out for you. Stay safe out there.